into a board. And my youngest daughter wanted to do that. And I would not allow her to do it. I mean, she was too little to handle a hammer, and I could just see, a thumb and a trip to the emergency room. And about 3 days later, I came into the living room, and I heard this pounding, and I came into the living room, and she had 7 six-penny nails pounded into my coffee table, solid oak coffee table. Wow. And she survived it. She's alive and well, and just graduated high school. So, but anyway, I sanded that thing. I stripped all the stain off and all the poly and all that kind of stuff, and used wood filler and restained it and repolyed and resanded and did that process for about 4 or 5 times, and it never would take the stain in that spot. It never would take the poly. It worked okay. I mean, it was, but it was never the same. And that's the way I describe my being, myself. I have scars. I have, nail holes in me. I have damage. And I'll never be the same, no matter the hair, the makeup, the clothing, how I carry myself, what I say, what I do. None of that is ever going to be the same as it would have been had I not been through what I had been. But I'm still useful. I'm still functional. I'm still like that furniture. I'm still a good piece of furniture. I still have a purpose. And those scars mean I'm alive. Those scars mean I survived. And I personally think, gosh, what better beauty mark than to know that I came through on the other side, and I'm standing, and I'm holding my head up. And I'm smiling.
Oh. Tylor, your story is absolutely fascinating. I mean, how you defined your normal and how you broke through, and I can't agree with you more on the writing part too, like to write and make it real for yourself. And I think you've made a journey. Actually, you've discovered yourself to have, and I think you're actually living your true purpose right now, if I may say so. Is that?
Oh, I this has become a mission for me. I if you're an indie author, there is no money in it. But I never wanted to. That never crossed my mind. My thought was, this. I have to let people know how wrong this is, how bad this is, what a crime this is, and I have to let people know what. If I could go to my abuser, and he's living a very happy life in West Texas. He's never been charged. He's never, been in court. He's never seen a day of jail time. And God knows how many other girls, he has destroyed or damaged. But the one thing I would love to do is to just sit down and look at him and tell him, let me tell you what you did to me. Let me tell you how you affected my life. You robbed my children of, a happy person for so many years. I'm happy now, and I'm so glad that they get to see that, and they see me fulfilled. But for so many years, my children would look at me and say, "Mommy, are you angry? Are you mad at us?" And it wasn't that. It was that I never smiled from my soul. I did the smiling, the obligatory stuff that you do that, keeps you from being an ogre. But I never smiled from my soul, and now my soul smiles. I am free. The telling has made me free.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. It's devastating to be in a situation like this and have a person like this in your life who robs you from all the joy in this life, and you deserve it. It's your right to have a happy life. You get punished by the person who did this to you. You get punished by the society. And you told me a woman even attacked you so badly and had death threats against you. If you want to share this story with the listeners, what happened to you? Why she attacked you like this? Because I think she didn't have any feelings, any compassion towards what happened to you. And this is tragic. It's tragic to happen in the society nowadays. Yeah.
I agree. I actually, this woman was an author, and she was, we were introduced on social media, and she and I started chatting, following each other's blogs. She is writing a fascinating story about her 19th century Wales. Her grandmother was imprisoned in a mental institution, which was what over in Wales they did with women that they couldn't deal with. Husbands could do that. They could actually, have their wives committed for no reason and keep them there. And she was bringing this to light, and she actually posted they did a video documentary on YouTube about this, and they showed the asylum. Of course, it's abandoned now and closed down. And but anyway, her grandmother had gone and reported that the husband was abusing her, and he had her committed. And so I made the comment on her blog that it's amazing to me how ironic this is. I think I'm so drawn to this story because Anna, your grandmother, was imprisoned for telling her truth. And I have been set free because I told mine. And she, was so complimentary and so nice. And so she said, actually tweeted me and said she was reading my book. Well, I held my breath because, shame. I hold my breath when anybody says they're reading it because you never know how someone's going to react to it. And so she read my book, and I continued to tweet her, but I heard no response back from her. Then I saw that she had written a review of my book, 4-star review, but the review was not consistent with the 4-star rating. There were a lot of positive things that she wrote in the review, but she kept referring to how much the book bothered her, how much it stayed with her long after she read it, and that she could not recommend the book because she thought it was a how-to for pedophiles. And she was afraid that if it got into the wrong hands, that, she would be responsible, for someone being harmed. And I didn't respond to that. I never engage with reviewers, ever. They have the last word. But I was amazed at the ignorance of that statement, because anyone that knows about pedophiles, it's game on. When they see a child and they have the sickness and the evil within them that causes them to do that, that's innate. That's there. Nothing they read, nothing they see, other than another child, causes them, to be a pedophile. They are that. You're either pregnant or you're not. And so anyway, make a long story short, I did a video interview, and in the video interview I said that parts of my novel were fiction. And I will tell you straight up, my ending is fiction. And the reason being is because I don't have a happily ever after. I never got vengeance. I never got absolution or, my day in court or a knight in shining armor coming in and rescuing me. And I wanted a little piece of vengeance, and fiction was the way I could get it. And so, but when she found out that, and my novel, my title page says, My Prison Without Bars, The Journey of a Damaged Woman to Someplace Normal, a novel based on a true story. So it's in black and white. But anyway, she claimed that I was duping people with my memoir, or stating that it was a memoir when it was, in fact, it was not. And so she gathered a group of other authors and started a cyber bullying, and it got out of hand. It got to the point where I had contacted an attorney, and my attorney actually had the Facebook posts removed, also had the Twitter posts removed, and but it continued on for 9 weeks. And it was frightening because I was unable to answer, to get in my inbox without seeing horrible, horrible, vile things. And so finally it came to an end. I blogged about it. And this occurred right about the time that Kobo was removing books over in the UK. So it was kind of a timely thing that happened. And the title of my blog post was, Authors Beware of Witch Trials. We're all one review away from being, having our books banned, because this woman was actually on a mission to have my book banned. And basically my answer to her was, my book has won 2 prestigious awards, the Indie Readers Discovery Award, first place for 2013, and also Reader's Favorite International Book Awards for 2013. And I was a gold medal winner in that. And so I basically let those speak for themselves. These were not popularity contests voted on by readers. These were actually industry professionals that read my book, reviewed it, and rated it and judged it in the contest. So, but yeah, it's been very, very difficult to understand, to process, and to really get past some of the nasty things that people say. But I also feel that what I have been through, nothing anybody can do to me, nothing anybody can say to me can compare to that. And I lived through that, and so I can live through this. And, there are 7 billion people in the world, and most of them are good, I think. Most of them are good people. And the ones that are not, I don't wake up next to them, and they don't sign my paycheck. So, I just hold my head up and go on.
Yeah, I congratulate you on all the awards and everything. You deserve them. And from my observation, there is segment in the society which cannot accept the other people who are different than them. They don't want to see the way the other people see things. They don't want to try even to be in their place and see through their eyes. And the only thing that comes is to attack them.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And
it's go ahead.
Yeah, and the only thing I can think of in situations like this is just to ignore them as much as you can, not allow them to bother you.
Well, I'll tell you, Diana, in truth, it's been a blessing in disguise. It didn't feel that way at the time, of course. But when I first started doing this, I'm very, very fortunate. I've had very few bad reviews. but the ones I've had just devastated me. I mean, absolutely just devastated me.